Hey there, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and let's continue our climb up the seasonal ranked ladder using a team that we built from scratch. But first and foremost, happy Sunday. Oh, the weekend is almost over already. Now, don't fret, we'll have more Pokemon stuff coming out next week just because of the fact that I missed so many days last week because of the heat wave. So, with that all out of the way, I don't really have any other announcements. We didn't make any changes to the team. We didn't look over the IVs or EVs. I frankly ran out of time. I apologize, people, but that's okay. We'll continue our fights, and then today I will reflect on how the team goes and if I need to make changes that we can, but I still leave the question up to you. Since we're already in Master Ball tier, do you guys want to see other Pokemon that I have built for VGC, or would you guys like to see a brand new team compete and see what we could do with that for maybe like a couple episodes or something? Let me know down in the comments down below so that we can get it. And don't forget to do the YouTubey things, you know, because those are important. Leave it a like if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, comment down below as well, and I do reply to any and all comments, and subscribe if you're a returning viewer or a new viewer. We're trying to hit 400 subs by the end of August and 1,000 by the end of the year, and I believe that we can hit that number with your guys' help. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so our first match has an Urshifu, Fluttermane, Heatran, Rillaboom, Regieleki, and Galarian Moltres. So with this particular matchup, we do have a couple of things that we need to watch out for. Two extremely fast Pokemon, being Fluttermane and Regieleki. Rillaboom, who knows Fake Out. Galarian Moltres, who is incredibly strong and can be built bulky. Urshifu, who goes through shields. And Heatran, who has really good typing. So still times 4 to ground, but really good typing nonetheless. We need to plan accordingly, though. I think we should go... We'll go Tornadus, Dragonite to have maybe a switch in for Chien-Pao to kind of give us a little bit more of a leeway there. And then in the event that I need to get rid of their Fluttermane or counter out the Moltres, we'll bring in our own Fluttermane and then we'll call it good from there. The general strat, if they come in with Moltres, then Fluttermane will be able to take it out. I mean, Thunder Punch would have done the same thing, but Dark Flying's a little bit harder to hit sometimes. So we're going to try to take advantage of the extreme speed Dragonite. I mean, there's no reason not to. Oh, it's a shiny Galarian Moltres. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get Tailwind started off. Well, oh man, this is going to be really, really tough. Okay. Tailwind, and then we're going to Terra Normal. I mean, I could go for Stomping Tantrum right now and knock out Regieleki, but I think Regieleki is going to go down with a extreme speed. Not well, actually, let's do this. We'll switch on the Chien-Pao, turn normal, extreme speed right into the Regieleki, so we automatically get that bonus boost of doing a lot of damage right away. Right now, Regieleki's the fastest thing on the field. Doing Tailwind isn't going to really do anything. It's not going to increase the speed for extreme speed. So we're going to swap into Chien-Pao, drop everyone's defenses due to Sword of Ruin, Terra Normal extreme speed into Regieleki to hopefully knock it out right now. If he has anything at all. Extreme speed, right into that slot, attack first. No Focus Sash. We take out Regieleki immediately. Now it gives rise to... Oh, Moltres with its own Tailwind. I mean, it was a good call, but, yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Now with Tailwind, their Fluttermane's going to be really, really fast, but right now I've got advantage over priority with this extreme speed Dragonite that's hitting extremely hard. So Fluttermane now comes out. It's a good call. No photosynthesis, so it has something else that it could possibly use. I will have to hit the Fluttermane though. So we're gonna hit the... Yeah, we're going to Sucker Punch the Fluttermane, and I'm gonna extreme speed the Moltres. Extreme speed. Here comes the Moltres. Boom. There it goes. No Protect went out, so here comes Sucker Punch. Should knock out the Flutter. Oh, gets it down to 1 HP due to Sash. Good job. Fluttermane will do the Moonblast right into Qian Pao, drops it down to its own Sash. Now, Tailwind is still up on their side of the field, but Extreme Speed has been extremely helpful in dealing with this particular team. Urshifu now comes out, and it's Rapid Strike. Yep, Rapid Strike. It's like, I can't see. Dragonite, you're huge. Stop being fat. Okay. We're going to Sucker Punch again into the Fluttermane, and I'm just going to go right into the Extreme Speed into the Urshifu slot. Ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. They're gonna Terra, and it's gonna be the Fluttermane. Making it Ghost. Okay, that's an interesting Terra type. Extreme Speed goes right into the Urshifu. Will not knock it out. Gets pretty close though. Aqua Jet into the Qian Pao, which is going to go before Focus Set or Sucker Punch. That's interesting. And Fluttermane will use Moonblast into Dragonite, which isn't going to do a whole lot. Ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. All right, here comes Tornadus, and I'm going to go ahead and do Bleak Wind and Extreme Speed to the Urshifu slot. Now with Dragonite being normal, ooh, Detect's going off. Good call. Stops me from knocking him out this turn. Now they still have Tailwind, so Shadow Ball is going to go up next, which is going to do double damage. That's going to go right into that Tornado slot. Drops him down to 20 HP, but here comes Bleak Wind. Does not do anything to the Urshifu. Does it do anything to... Yes, it does. Fluttermane goes down. I mean, that's a good counter. I love Ghost on Fluttermane. I love the fact that people are like experimenting since Worlds came out. Like Joseph Agarte was using a Ghost build, like Hex, on his Fluttermane, and it was awesome to watch. It was amazing. All right, Extreme Speed for the last time to the Urshifu with Dragonite. He gets to attack first. Boom. Down goes Urshifu. Not bad for a game one. Unorthodox open, but I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Okay, our next match has an Amoonguss, Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Qian Pao, Heatran, and Dragonite. So kind of like the same strat that we have going with us on our end. So what are we going to focus on here? They don't really have anyone that's going to be able to use Tailwind. They highly go with priority. So what I think I want to do is try to shut down that priority as much as possible. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything that's going to do that, but I think it would be interesting nonetheless to bring in Tornadus to maybe shut down Amoonguss for its Spore. I don't know if that Iron Hands is an Assault Vest build with Fake Out or Sword Stance. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And I also don't know what the Dragonite's going to be either. So that's also going to be very interesting. But let's go ahead and bring in Dragonite, Qian Pao, just because I felt like it. Iron Hands for the third, in case if I need to swap out for anything else. And then Urshifu after that. We won't bring in Tailwind, which is really, really strange for my part. Usually I'm all for bringing in Tailwind to be like the faster Pokemon. But my mindset lately has been kind of switching. Like my guys are fast enough to be able to withstand a lot of Pokemon. So I don't see why not. So Fluttermane and Iron Hands versus Dragonite and Qian Pao. Okay, Photosynthesis activates for their Fluttermane and special attack was heightened. I am going to Terra Normal, Stomping Tantrum, the Iron Hands, and I'm going to Sucker Punch the Fluttermane. I want to get rid of my dragon typing so that I don't get instantly one-shotted, but I do open myself up to that Iron Hands with their Drain Punch. But I have Choice Band, so I'm not really in the best place to really do anything per se. So I'm kind of like looking down the barrel of a cannon and then trying to figure out how to avoid it. They're gonna Terra. Fluttermane. And it's Fairy. Okay. I will also Terra. Dragonite to make him normal. Again, to get rid of my Fairy weakness, because I am part Dragon. Fake Out goes to the Dragonite, which is totally fine. Sucker Punch goes into the Fluttermane. Here comes Dazzling Gleam. It's going to do a lot of damage. Doesn't knock out the Dragonite. Gets really, really close, though, but it will take Chien-Pao to its Sash. And Dragonite was flinching, could not move. Can I switch to a different move? Oh, I can. All right. Because I faked out, I wasn't locked into that slot. That's actually really, really interesting. I didn't realize that that worked like that. That's cool. Ice Spinner will now go into the Fluttermane. Fluttermane will now protect, so that's a good call. Now I'm going to be locked into that slot. Ooh, they definitely called me on this one. Ice Spinner will now go into that Fluttermane slot as well, which isn't going to do a whole lot. And Drain Punch. Now knock out Dragonite. But that was the thing that I was fearing, that if I went into the Iron Hands and doubled into that slot, one, I'd get knocked out immediately by a Dazzling Gleam Fluttermane that gets boosted in the... well, not any type of weather right now, but it is boosted due to booster energy. So there's that. I'm going to Heavy Slam the Fluttermane, and I'm going to protect Chien-Pao. But if I would have doubled into Iron Hands, I would have left Fluttermane open. But if I predicted that they would protect, which I didn't know that they would, then it may have left it open to where I might have knocked out the Iron Hands, but I don't think so. He is really, really bulky defense-wise, like physically defense-wise. Like even mine that I have has where his defense right now is 128. Well, that's not, I mean, 128 is still 128. Don't get me wrong. That is still a lot. Heavy Slam gonna go into that Fluttermane, knocking it out. Drain Punch gonna go into the Chien-Pao. I think I got hit by Fluttermane because he did get some sort of boost. But was it enough to knock out my Iron Hands? I don't believe so. It might have been half. Oh, yeah. Just about half. We're going to Drain Punch the Heatran, and I'm going to swap out my Fluttermane to bring out Urshifu, or my Chien-Pao to bring out Urshifu. It's kind of like a terrible choice, but since I already locked into Dragonite, I can't really do anything else to prevent this. But I want to keep Chien-Pao around as much as possible. Now, I don't think he was going to go for a Wild Charge. He could still do Drain Punch to Urshifu. That's going to do a lot of damage, but... Oh, he's going to do it to my own Iron Hands. And that Heatran has leftovers. Gotcha. Drain Punch on there. Iron Hands. I'm going to Searching Strikes their Heatran. I think I'm faster. They withdrew Heatran. So bring on Amoonguss. That was a good call. Surgeon Strike's gonna come into it. Rocky Helmet. Yep. This is probably gonna knock out my My Urshifu. Oh, it's not. It does damage, but it's not enough damage to where it's a lot of concern. Don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of damage, but usually when people hit 3 times, it hurts. Drain Punch. Their Iron Hands to mine. We heal up just a little bit of HP. Wild Charge the Urshifu. It's gonna knock it out. I think they saw the swap out, so it's kind of like a misplay there. But now here comes Chien-Pao with the 1 HP that he has left. Sword of Ruin now activates again. Drain Punch. Yeah, Heavy Slam's not going to do anything, and neither is Thunder Punch, but we'll go into that slot, and I will Ice Spinner into the Amoonguss slot. Now he's probably going to swap out Amoonguss. Oh, he doesn't. He swaps out instead his Iron Hands to bring out Heatran again. Amoonguss is going to protect, so no Spore this turn. But Ice Spinner's going to go into that slot, and I'm going to Drain Punch the Heatran, which is a good play because now when he comes back out, he reopens up his Fake Out. The terrible thing is that it really opens up Amoonguss next turn. But it doesn't really matter when Fake Out can literally knock out Chien-Pao. So what I have to do is this, right? I'm gonna Drain Punch. I'm gonna Drain Punch Iron Hands, his Iron Hands. I'm gonna be put to sleep unless he doubled Spore into that slot. But Chien-Pao's gonna knock him out next turn. So Fake Out did go into the Chien-Pao, which is what I foresaw. Here comes the Spore into the Iron Hands, which is totally fine. I foresaw that happening. I just need to play this smart now. I can't swap. Chien-Pao has 1 HP, and I need to make sure that I can get a move off. We're gonna Drain Punch into Iron Hands. Now I should attack into Iron Hands, but if I do that and I'm somehow don't knock him out, I get left with Spored Amoonguss. We could still knock out Chien-Pao, but I'm gonna knock him out now. So if Drain Punch goes into, there's the Protect. God dang it. Oh, okay. Ice Spinner goes into that protected slot, does nothing. Iron Hands just kind of sits there. My Iron Hands is asleep. It's dedicated for dedicated turn. Their Drain Punch, which is totally fine. It gets 1 HP. Just literally 1 HP. Now, Drain Punch into... Nope, my Iron Hands is still asleep. There is a good chance that I would have been able to beat this if I took down Iron Hands, but I can't. But there's the Pollen Puff I was worried about. It didn't come into mind until after. Yeah, they got this. That's 2 Pokemon pretty much at full health. There's no way. There's no way. Alrighty. This match has Regidrago, Tornadus, Golden Go, Urshifu, Rillaboom, and Mimikyu. So, Dragonite's going to be not so useful here. His Terra is, but not him specifically. So I think the best course of action is to outspeed my opponent by using Tornadus, Flutter Mane. We're going to bring in Iron Hands. Well, Golden Go, Urshifu, and Chien-Pao. We'll bring those 4 in. Our 2 biggest special attackers and 2 of our other attackers. Don't get me wrong, they're really, really good, but I think they're supposed to be better in different pairs, so there's that. Okay. They opened up the floor with Tornadus Golden Go, and I opened up the floor with Fluttermane and Tornadus. Now, this is a terrible matchup already. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and do Tailwind. Yeah, Tailwind, because they're going to get Taunt off. And I can't swap out Fluttermane because I won't get the boost energy, but I don't think that really matters right now. I could go Shadow Ball. What's the better call here? Urshifu. We'll swap to Urshifu. I won't put Fluttermane into danger right now, because that Make It Rain is going to knock her out. So I'll bring out Urshifu to make it so that they can't. They're going to Terra. It's going to go to the Golden Go. And Steel. Here comes that 2 times boosted Make It Rain. Tailwind on their side of the field, which is totally fine. Foresaw that happening. That's why I did the same. Make It Rain, 2 times boosted. Gonna knock out the Tornadus for sure, but it leaves Urshifu alive. Go ahead and bring out Chien-Pao. And we're gonna Ice Spinner into Tornadus, and I'm gonna Surging Strikes into Golden Go. He might swap out here. Yep, he did. It's like I knew it. It's like he might, and then that would be an option to bring out Rillaboom, which he does. Son of a biscuits. The calls, the plays right now. But because he swapped, I mean, he could still do a Fake Out next turn, but I'm taking down this Tornadus today. I move faster than the Tornadus. Tornadus doesn't really survive a lot of stuff from Chien-Pao, so we'll see. Down to the 1 HP, held on by the Sash. I take off the Grass Surge, which doesn't do anything to Tornadus anyway because he's flying. Here comes the Bleak Wind. Does knock out the Urshifu, even though... Oh, man. Even though... Urshifu is Terra'd. That stinks. In comes the Fluttermane with no spread moves. It's kind of what I have to give up. But we're going to protect with the Chien-Pao, and I'm going to Moonblast the Tornadus. I'm definitely faster than it, so it only has to do status moves to get an upper hand on Fluttermane, but otherwise it's not going to do anything. Fake Out on the Chien-Pao. Oh, why'd you do it on Fluttermane? That's interesting. Moonblast, down goes Tornadus. Yep, there's that Golden Go. Sacred Sword into the Golden Go slot, and we're gonna then Shadow Ball into that slot as well. Shadow Ball first. Does about half. Sacred Sword. We'll do the rest. And I know I left Rillaboom open. He can knock out Fluttermane or Chien-Pao. I think Woodhammer will do it. U-turn will knock out the Chien-Pao because, you know, it's bug. That's interesting. But now you're going to have to swap. He only has 2 Pokemon left, right? Here comes Regidraco which isn't going to do anything to Flutter Mane. And then here comes Rillaboom. Moonblast into the Regidrago. He's probably going to protect here because he can't do anything to Flutter Mane. Like literally. If any dragon type move he has isn't going to literally hit Flutter Mane. It does 0. Not effective. There's the protect. But I attacked into that slot anyway, just because of the fact that, like, why not? Here comes the Wood Hammer. Boop. Crit. But Flutter Mane's not going to be living like any type of move, so I understood that. Not a problem. 1 and 3. All right, our next match has a Iron Hands, Torkoal, Hisuian Lilligant, Flutter Mane, Galarian, Articuno, and Weirdeer. So we do have kind of like a mishmash of a Trick Room setup, yet Intimidator with Weirdeer and stuff like that. I think the best course of action is to be as heavily offensive as I possibly can. And I think the best way I could do that is, actually, we'll do like a pseudo switch here. Tornadus Dragonite so that I could maybe get Tailwind off or something else while Dragonite does his Dragonite stuff. Qianpao, and then we will bring in Urshifu. Iron Hands. In case if we do need to be in Trick Room, Iron Hands is going to be able to fit into that category nicely. So the stats that I have for my Iron Hands, his speed is 70 at level 50. Really, really slow. It's not as slow as Torkoal or Hatterene or any other like the major Trick Room players, but it's definitely one of those. All right, Weirdeer and Iron Hands versus the -1 in attack is huge. Quark Drive from the booster energy gets activated, raising Iron Hands' attack. Okay, so we're gonna taunt the Weirdeer, and I'm gonna swap Dragonite out immediately for Iron Hands. Because that -1 attack is detrimental. That makes like most attacks with extreme speed useless. Fake Out goes to my Iron Hands because it was obviously pointed over to the Dragonite. And here comes the taunt on the Weirdeer. Mental Herb, it's going to continue doing its move. All right, shook off the taunt. Trick Room. That's dope. I'm okay with this. We're gonna taunt. I mean, we can still taunt him, right? I don't think he does anything else. If he does anything else, I'll do it again. But I'm gonna Rain Dance, and then I'm going to probably do something stupid. Fake Out the Weirdeer. I'm a Terra. Tornadus could go down now, which is totally fine. But I'm going to Terra Electric my own Iron Hands, which is not something I always get to do. Fake Out to the Weirdeer. Stop him from doing his shenanigans. Rain Dance is just going to set up Thunder Punch. I don't really think it boosts Electric. I think it really helps with the accuracy. I'll have to look that up. I want to say that it boosts Electric type moves. Weirdeer Flinch could not move. In comes Dragonite. And I'm going to go ahead and start extreme speeding stuff. Not very effective, but I'm already attacking into the Weirdeer, so I'm just going to Drain Punch their Iron Hands, who gets a boost in attack, by the way, because Quark Drive activated. Warrior's Helping Hand. Okay. Extreme Speed. Does not take down Warrior. Gets him down to half. Iron Hand's gonna Drain Punch my own Iron Hands. And I'm gonna punch him back in the face. Now, Helping Hand is what really, really helped him there. Extreme Speed into Weirder. Swap into Qian Pao now. That's good to know that he does Helping Hand. So he's not more than just your Trick Room setter. He does Helping Hand. But we're gonna bring out Qian Pao so that we drop everyone's special their defenses by a quarter. Here comes more. And Warrior goes down. Drain Punch goes on to Qian Pao, which is going to heal up all of Iron Hands' damage. Qian Pao will stand using its Focus Sash. I'm kind of glad that I didn't Terra Dragonite, just because of the fact that, you know, that would have been terrible to have Drain Punch him in the face. But he's still standing quite strong. Qian Pao not so much, but Torkoal's now out, which is going to change the weather. All right, Extreme Speed into the Torkoal slot, and I'm going to protect with Qian Pao. Extreme Speed. Boom! Dropping Torkoal down to half. Heat Wave is going to miss Qian Pao because he's protected. Does very little to the Dragonite. Thunder Punch. Takes down Dragonite. And Dimensions return to normal. Dope. So I kind of played this well. Fake out that guy. And I'm going to Sacred Sword that guy. So we're going to fake out the Iron Hands so that it can't attack. It's not going to really do a whole lot. Sacred Sword into the Torkoal slot isn't going to knock him out, though. That's kind of dumb. Heat Wave from the Torkoal is going to do a lot of damage. Knocks out Qian Pao and almost knocks out my own Iron Hands. That's cool. Let's see if I can survive this. We'll probably not. We're most likely going 1 and 4. But that's okay. It's good to see what other people are doing, first of all. And I love the fact that Torkoal's seen a lot of play. I love that. I love Torkoal. He's in like the top 5 of my favorite fire Pokemon. Like first it's Charizard, then it's Typhlosion, and it's like Torkoal. Like he's that cool. And Iron Hands goes down. All right, next matchup, and we've got Fluttermane, Hatterene, Brute Bonnet, Grimmsnarl, Tinglu, and Urshifu. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. So, Trick Room is something that's gonna pop. That's gonna show up quite a bit here. So I'm gonna need to bring in Tornadus and Fluttermane for sure. I can't do anything to the Hatterene. What I can do is stop it from bringing up Trick Room by using Imprison. And that's pretty much all that I can do. And I'm gonna have to change Fluttermane to Fairy immediately because Brute Bonnet is gonna be able to knock it out almost immediately. Qian Pao, and then we'll bring in Dragonite after that. This is the best that I can come up with against this particular team. Tinglu is going to be incredibly useful in this fight if they go with the Trick Room setup, which I think is what they're doing. Hatterene and Grimmsnarl, so there's that immediately. Now I can't taunt either one of these guys. Grimmsnarl is dark and Hatterene has Magic Bounce. There's no way that I can get away with that, so I'm not even going to bother. Instead, what I'm going to do is Rain Dance to set up for the next turn, Terra Fairy, and I'm going to imprison. Because at this point in time, Fluttermane can get hit with quite a bit and still be strong enough. I have the best speed for Fluttermane that I can possibly get. So I'm going to just let the thing go and just hopefully be able to withstand the onslaught that's on its way. They're going to Terra, and it's going to be Hatterene, and it's going to be normal. Interesting choice. Fake out goes to the Tornadus, which is totally fine. Tornadus is going to Rain Dance anyway, because that's how he does things. And I'm going to imprison to stop Trick Room. And Hatterene was going to use Trick Room. Okay, so next up, I can use Tailwind, but I'm the fastest thing on the field at this point in time. I'm just going to start unleashing a lot of Bleak Winds. And this Bleak Wind is going to go right into Grimmsnarl's, or Bleak Wind that's going to hit both. And then I have Moonblast, which is going to go right into this dude's face. Moonblast, Terra Fairy, that's 2 times boosted, right into that slot. 1-hit KO. Even with the screen up, that was a 1-hit. Bleak Wind now hits Hatterene. It takes it to a little above half, about, let's say, 55. Psychic will hit the Fluttermane. Gets about half. Is that Life Orb? Communicating. They brought out Tinglu. Drops all special attack of the surrounding Pokemon, which is totally fine. I'm okay with this. I'm going to Bleak Wind again, and then I'm going to Moonblast into Tinglu. Terra Fairy, boosted. Moonblast only does a quarter. Bleak Wind right after that. It's, wow, that is so huge. Dropping the speed even more. Rock Slide comes out. It's going to knock out, does not knock out Tornadus. Dazzling Gleam will, though, knock out that entire team. That is going to set up Hatterene with extreme speed next turn. And now I'm in a very dangerous predicament, but only for a short while. Because Dragonite now comes out on the field with Qian Pao. So even if Hatterene does do Trick Room, it's not going to really matter. It absolutely will not matter. We're going to go ahead and I could Sacred Sword the Hatterene, but I'm going to Ice Spinner the Tinglu, and I'm going to then Extreme Speed into the Hatterene. Boop. Knocks out the Hatterene. We don't have to worry about Trick Room anymore. And here comes Ice Spinner right into that slot for the Tinglu, and we'll knock it out as well. Tinglu goes down. They are now down to their last Pokemon, which is Brute Bonnet. Sucker Punch could still, I mean, it's not probably going to do a whole lot, so we'll make it a stab. Ice Spinner into that slot, and I will continue with my onslaught of extreme speeds into that. Battle is canceled. Not bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that'll be the end of today's video. We ended our ranking at 10,785, which is not where I particularly would like to sit, but we did go 2 and 3. I still like to say that I did 6 matches today, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, the number of battles seem to have gone up. I did 30, well, they did 66, 67, 68, 69, and then I went down to 68, and then went back up. I don't really know. This game is weird sometimes. That's going to be it for me today. I'm hoping that you guys liked the battles up to this point. We are currently 36 wins and 34 losses. We are slowly dropping into our win percentage overall, which means I am misplaying a lot. The predictions that I'm making, I might be going too fast for my brain to comprehend. So it's like, okay, if I'm making moves before my brain gets done thinking, that means I need to slow it down some. I bet you I would have won a couple of these matches if I would have just been like, oh, this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen. And I predicted every single one of them, especially that match with the Rillaboom that came out. If I would have just taken the time to select my matches a little bit, or I select my moves a little bit more thoroughly, I could have predicted the protect, I could have predicted the swap out, and I could have predicted several different things. But that's all we got to learn from Pokemon. Patience is a virtue, even though that you think you know what you're doing. This is a closed team format. In open sheet, you can make all the predictions that you want to try as much as possible. It becomes a bigger mind game that way. But in this one, you are literally on a guessing game. Like, okay, what do they have? What can I survive? What can I not survive? What can I do to win here? What is going to happen if I lose here? Several different things. Just do yourself a favor. Calm down. Take a couple more seconds. They give you a 60-second timer for a reason. Just calm down. You got this. I got this. You got this. Okay? That's going to be the end of today's video, guys. I thank you all for watching once again. Do the YouTubey things if you don't mind by liking the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment down below because I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind. Subscribe if you're a new viewer or a returning viewer. We're trying to hit a goal of 400 subs by the end of August and 1,000 by the end of the year. And the recent sub growth that we've been seeing, I believe we can hit that number. And if you guys want, I'll even throw in a prize. Maybe a Pokemon of your choice out of the sessions we've done so far. It's not very hard to replace any of these Pokemon, so it's totally up to which ones you would like to go for. Maybe. Leave that down in the comment down below. Like, do you guys want something from me? I'm willing to give you one if you'd like. Or if you guys want a particular team to be highlighted, just let me know down in the comments and I'll build it how I would build it, and then we'll throw it up in the ladder and see what happens. And if you guys want to see me build a team, let me know. I will show you my process of how I would build a team. And that is that. Happy Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow is Monday and a lot of us work tomorrow. So enjoy it while you got it. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Till then, have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.